My parents said I wasn't welcome at my sister's wedding, but when I decided to vanish, they were shocked. My name is Amy, and I've spent my entire 28 years living in the shadow of my older sister. I need to tell you this story because maybe you'll understand what I couldn't see for so long, that some families are built on foundations that crumble the moment you stop holding them up. Growing up in our small house on Maple Street, I learned early that love came with conditions. When I brought home a B+ on my math test, my parents would nod absently and ask where my sister was. When she walked through the door an hour later with an A, suddenly, the kitchen filled with celebration. "Look how well she's doing," my mother would beam, hanging the test on the refrigerator while mine sat forgotten on the counter. I was 7 when I first tried to change this pattern. I spent weeks preparing for the school talent show, practicing piano until my fingers ached. The night of the performance, I played flawlessly, a complex piece that had taken me months to master. Backstage afterward, I waited for my parents with a heart full of hope. My father appeared first, his face distracted. "That was nice, sweetie. Your sister just called. She made the honor roll again. We need to go celebrate." That's when I learned that being good wasn't enough. Being great wasn't enough. There would always be something more important happening in her life. 3 states away at college, pursuing the kind of success that seemed to matter more than anything I could achieve right here at home. The pattern repeated itself endlessly. When I graduated high school as salutatorian, they attended but spent the entire ceremony talking about her graduate school applications. When I got my first job at the local marketing firm, their response was lukewarm compared to their excitement about her internship at a prestigious company in New York. I told myself it was because she was the firstborn, the trailblazer. I told myself they were proud of me too, just in a quieter way. I told myself a lot of things that weren't true because the alternative, accepting that I was fundamentally less important to them, felt impossible to live with. By my mid-20s, I had unconsciously molded myself into the family's invisible support system. I was the one who remembered birthdays, who organized family gatherings, who stayed close to home while she built her impressive life elsewhere. I was dependable, reliable, forgettable Amy, always there when needed, never missed when absent. The worst part wasn't the neglect itself. It was how natural it felt, how completely I had accepted this role. I didn't even realize I was angry until much later, when everything finally collapsed. For now, I just kept trying harder, believing that eventually my devotion would be rewarded with the love and recognition I craved. I was wrong about so many things back then, but I'm getting ahead of myself. First, you need to understand how deeply I believed in this family, how desperately I wanted to belong to something that had never really wanted me back. By 18, I had mastered the art of being grateful for crumbs. While my sister headed off to an elite university with great fanfare and family financing, I enrolled at the local community college. Not because I couldn't get into better schools, my grades were solid, but because someone needed to stay close to home. Someone needed to be available. "It's so practical of you," my mother said when I announced my decision. Not proud, not excited, practical. The word felt like a consolation prize wrapped in false praise. My sister called home once a week, usually on Sunday evenings, and the entire household would revolve around that 30-minute conversation. My parents would gather around the speakerphone in the kitchen, hanging on every word about her classes, her professors, her social life. I learned to make myself scarce during these calls, but I could still hear the warmth in their voices, a tone they never quite used with me. During my sophomore year, I started working part-time at a local nonprofit while maintaining a perfect GPA. I thought surely this combination of academic success and community